Yeah. Come on. Welcome.
Good afternoon. Sean Higgs coming at you. It's midday money on a Friday, the 22nd, Football Friday. Welcome on into the show. Hope everybody's doing well. Gonna we'll throw out free picks here in the chat in just a second. I gotta do the old copy and paste to Rooney. Bunch of comments already. This is what happens when you schedule the show instead of just going live 5 minutes before starting it up. You get some comments in beforehand. And you know what? I'm going to hit the comments here before I even do the recap. So let's just say hello because we had folks in beforehand. 10 minutes up. Jesse Schul's in the house. I smashed it pretty hard this morning. Good. Hope it was fun. It's good for you as it was for me. Team Money's in the house. Mr. Utah, no doubter, going to retire from work. If Utah won yesterday, listen, that was a one opener, whatever I closed that. I mean, I took the Pistons here in the chat. I couldn't, it's a little crazy there, Team Money. He's laughing at Jesse's comment. Paid for vacation last night, so it's a good Friday. I'll go order some quarter. Wow. All right. Anytime goal. Velarde days at 220 for the Jets. My guy Wine Time. Go give Wine Time a follow. He's got the YouTube. He's got the Twitter. Good to see you this morning. It's like last night. Were you in the chat last night too, Wine Time? For Dave and the crew and Mike? Team Money here leaning Ollie Watkins to score in the Aston Villa game, but the odds are enough. 1 of 3 NBA props for shout out yesterday. Big bounce back. Always. Best day to come back is after losing day. Iceman likes Nevada and a Diamond Head Classic tonight. 2-tier parlay. Shout outs coming in. All right, these are exactly at the time. So I'm going to finish these last two by I'm going to come back to these two shout out. I'm going to come right back to your two prop wise. I'm going to put the picks up. Hit the like button. It's the poll question of the day. Did you hit it? Are you going to hit it? To hell with you. However, it's got to be on Twitter, Mr. Sean Higgs. Plays are posted there. Go get them. Let's hit the recap from yesterday. And it was a poor video day yesterday. We go 1-2 in college basketball. And, premiums, I started out 3-0. I think I'm going to have a good day. I end up going 3-4. College football loser 45-0 in the video. But I did have a nice big win on South Florida for myself there and on the premium stuff and personally. And that was a nice win there. 6-6 this year, 1-11 last year. Right around the corner from your house. You know they're going to show up. I thought I'd get I thought I'd get like 14 from Houston. I knew I was getting 40 plus from South Florida. I couldn't get nothing from the Orange. Football loser in the chat. Winner on the site with the Rams. NBA loser with the Pistons. I ended up throwing out the Pistons. I went 1-2, 1-3. Pistons Thunder over Portland yesterday. But loser here in the video. Loser here for hockey with the Stars puck line. And I also had Stars puck line, Calgary puck line. I think I went 3-3 yesterday on the sites. I really fired away on some games yesterday that I haven't really jumped on a bunch. But there is that. And, of course, I didn't even write down the time for the recap. Oh my goodness gracious, that stinks. Let's get to today's picks. I don't even have them up here. I wasn't even scrolling. This is what happens. See, I get out of whack. I jump into the comments section because we got a dozen of them before I even start the show. And then it's dogs and cats living together. Mass anarchy here. What could happen? College hoops, as I mentioned, 41-44 after a 1-2 day yesterday. With the recap, minus 700 on the site-wide 116 and 124. We're down. We're down a bit here. So got to work my way back up there. I got 3 games. You're going to get one of them right off the bat here. Brown minus 10. Montana State plus 6. Marist plus 5.5. Mid-Tennessee plus 3. Brown. I liked Brown at 12 last night. It's come down. We'll see what happens. Montana State versus you got Northridge off the big UCLA win. I'll grab that there. Marist, it's Notre Dame. I'm not a huge Notre Dame backer, and I don't think Marist is a great team, but it just seems like an odd line for a big school versus a small school. I'll take Marist. And Mid-Tennessee State here. You scored 38 points your last game. Would I have liked more here? Would I like some more points? Sure. But you score 38. You got something. That's gonna be a bad Christmas. It's a bad Christmas break. You don't bounce back after something like that. College foots. As I mentioned, we had the total last night. Today, I got a top play up. That is on the sites in tonight's game. But tomorrow, Troy 7.5, Air Force 41. I added a little Northwestern plus 6.5 to the video for all out there. NFL 40 and 29. Bills over 44 is here in the chat. I wish I would have grabbed it earlier because I said on Look at Lines on Sunday, let's take this 40 here. Right, the Bills are going to score. Chargers humiliated, dropping a 63 on them, or getting a 63 piece dropped on them. Just on pride alone, they'll come back, score some points, and then moved 4. But it's over 44. And if you have the scroll underneath, there are a couple other games here. We have the Browns over 40, Titans +3, Vikings +3, and the Broncos Patriots over 34.5. I just couldn't fit them in. I couldn't fit it. I know. It just did not get there. I could not get them in. As I said, I sort of miss the old days of I could just put the little banners up and fill up the whole screen with 100 picks like we used to do. But it is what it is. In hockey, I do like some hockey today. I should have added one to the chat, but we'll talk about. We're gonna obviously people are gonna bring a couple games up here. We'll talk about. So let's get back in. I gotta get back to my guy. Shout out with his um basketball props here. So we're gonna go back to our guy, Shout Out King, and he's talking about 2-team parlay, Sixers and Rockets. Let's pull up the NBA schedule for tonight. And what do my wondering eyes should appear except the Philadelphia 76ers laying a 8 to the Toronto Reindeer. I mean, Embiid's a beast. I don't know. Is this too many points here? I mean, it's a parlay. I get it. Rockets against Dallas. Who's out for Dallas? That it's an 8-point. Holy cow! I mean, money line's the only way to go there. 2 8-point faves, I guess. I mean, we've been Rocket supporters here. I don't know if I want to lay 8. What is that about? Okay, player props from our guy, the Shout Out King. Says Trae Young over 10 plus assists. Tyler Harrow. Harrow there. How are you today? Tyler Harrow over 20 plus points. Here comes me with all of the picks. Denver over. Shout out. More player props. Bonus over 12 awards. I'm always down for some bonus rebounds like his old man against the Suns. The softy Suns, soft serve Suns. Fade away on those cats. T-Money says Nevada got a squad. Eileen, Hawaii. He likes Hawaii. Where is that? I just saw that Nevada line. Where did it go? I'm seeing Nevada TCU. Maybe I'm just on the wrong day here. Am I in the wrong matchup? I got Nevada. Well, I don't know. Maybe it's just wrong here on covers. Let me pull up another odd screen here. I was just on that because it's easy just to flip around on NBA and hockey and everything. Hawaii's playing Georgia Tech. Nevada TCU. I don't know what's happening here. Bill, what do you think about Yale plus the points and Georgetown plus the points today? Yale against Kansas. This was a 15. Is it still the same? 15 and a half, 142. That's what it was last night. Has not moved a bit. How do you? I mean, Yale to me. Oh, you know what? I'm looking at the wrong. Where's my Yale? Sorry about that. I was just in the football Big 10 or Big 12 rather. Who's Kansas got up next? Probably nothing for a while, right? Because it's Christmas. This is the last one for a while here. They won at Yale won at Quinny, lost at Vermont. Rhodey loser as a favorite. Don't cover at Gardner Weeb. Lose at the Web. I mean, I would probably say lean Kansas. I'd lean Kansas with the number there. But are they really? You're coasted into a break. How about a Kansas first half? Maybe that'd be a little safer play for today. I don't want Georgetown. I mean, give me Marquette off the loss, right? We liked Providence the other day against Marquette. I don't like Georgetown at all. Mr. Hill's in the place. Embiid, PRA. Yes, Sixers in the over. I don't know. That line, I don't like that 8. You want to do the over? Sure. I could do that. I don't want to lay 8 with the Sixers. Heat money line against the Hawks? Sure. Why is that at 1.5? Is it because they're working back Bam and those guys? You got to work out the rhythms. Because I don't think the Hawks are a good team. Don't think the Hawks are good. Nuggets at Brooklyn. You know I'm going to lean to the Nets all the time. New Jersey, let's go. Do it for Drazen Petrovic. Under for sure there, though. Yes, I'll be with you on the under. The Miz is in the house. Here we go. Mr. Totals. Mason over 157. High Point over 148. And Euclid under the 131. All right. Mason has got Tulane 157. High Point at a 148. That's an added game, right? Isn't High Point? Who do they got? Kanishis? A little Kanisha was? 148. It's come down from 151. I mean, again, this isn't something I've mentioned my totals. I'm not really running to do totals. Although I do have I got a race over today. I guess if you like it, you got a good number here because it was 140. It was 151. It's 148. So I can't really complain about that one for you. And UCLA against the Terps of Maryland. What do we got here? 131. And you like the under? I could do under there, I guess. I mean, so it opened at 129.5, so you got a better number. I don't hate it. Go for it. Shot out king. Embiid over 30.5 points. And Brooks for the Rockets, 12 points and over 248 Washington Golden State plus 313 on DK. All right, Embiid's just having a monster season, so he's going to score his points and put up a ton. Brooks, I do not know his stats. 248 Washington Golden State. But I know Washington in a back-to-back. They didn't get over last night because I had them there against Portland, I believe. You got Golden State after an OT game, but they're rested. Sure, why not? Let's do that. Vikings or the Lions? We got the Vikings in the chat, although they're not posted here. They are in the scroll, Bill. They're in the scroll. We like the Vikings. Luca is out. That's why we got a Nate spot there in Houston. That makes sense. Just says everyone is out for Dallas. Everyone. How'd that work out for the Jazz last night? Everyone was out for the Jazz too, and they still won. Then again, that was the Pistons. Next up, we got from Twitter. He likes some. She ain't 280. She ain't a lady. BBW lover. How are you today? Thank you for commenting on the X. I love it. Next one up here, we got T Money. Ponder and Sixers team total over 119 against Toronto. Exactly, yeah. That's just an Embiid spot. The guy is just on a roll right now. Do something with him. The last time was 45 for him. He had or 2 days ago. He's just filling up the buckets. The stat line, I should say. Ponder and the Sixers team total. Is this the same one? What did we just hit and repeat here? Okay. T Money's phone. T Money won all that money in Utah. He's better get a new phone. He's got an iPhone 2 or something. Maybe he's got a sidekick. Dinwiddie over 14.5 points. minus 113. Likes a little din whittle. Ken's in the house. BYU minus 28 versus Bellarmine. Yeah, Ken, you've heard me say I don't like coming in and taking huge fades like this, right? I'm not a huge. I just kind of cross them off like, I'll move on to something else. Why wouldn't you here with um, BYU? I mean, the Cougars are just having a monster season, right? We saw them. Who were they laying 30 against Evansville or whatever, and they crushed somebody. This is a pretty good squad right now. 10-1. Who did they lose to? Lost at Utah by 4 as a little fave. But when it comes to playing these poor teams, I mean, 32 over Georgia Southern, 26 Denver, 41 Evansville, 29 Fresno, 9 NC State. What's that? 28 against Arizona State on road, or is that a neutral? I mean, 43 against Morgan, 50 versus Southeast Louisiana. I'd lay it. And I don't like doing that. Daniel King Hopfit says 1-for-1 in his player props. Williams scored Kamara. No touchdown Kamara, or was that the what props did you have in that one? Did you have receiving props? I sort of liked his receiving props last night. Although I had Higbee, TD, and receiving. I think receiving, both of them went down there. Clemson team total over 87 and over 155 against Queens, North Carolina. I don't hate that. I mean, over 155 is that's a big number. I mean, obviously, like over 87s, you think they're scoring 95. T Money says Embiid and Yanni are playing out of their minds. Yeah. I mean, Yanni's, I don't know with these two teams. I appreciate like the one man show, but is it going to be enough to beat Boston? Like Boston looks like a pretty good team. I know they just lost. That was a spot for them on the road to lose, but T says your iPhone. You remember those sidekick days? I wanted one, and Buddy had one. I thought he was cool. Yeah, I like sidekicks. Miz says, FYI, Monday Night Dogs have covered 8 straight. Well, now we got a triple header on Monday's games. So, are you saying it's just the Ravens, or are you taking the Giants and the Raiders as double-digit dogs on Monday? Like Vermont, the Catamounts today. What do we got here for Vermont? On road against the Miami, Ohio Bobcats. 4.5 piece. This was 6 last night, Bill. Yeah, I don't know. 4.5 to 6.5. That's a 2-point move. That'll have to be a pass for me. Daniel King says team total Bills over. Yes, Dolphins team total over 19. I'm all in on the Bills team total over. I think that game goes over. I think they score 30 something versus the Chargers. I like the over. I said I like the over earlier in the show. It was. I wish I grabbed when we did look at lines and it was a 40 spot. I didn't. It's now a 44. I think they put up points. I think the Chargers put up some points too. In a new coach, we put up some points, and we're not as bad as giving up 63 points. The Dolphins, 20 points. It looks easy enough to get to 20 points. Total has come down in that game as a whole from 51. I think it's under 49.5 now. So, I mean, on the one side, you have Dallas versus good teams, your Buffaloes, your Arizonas, your Eagles. They give up points. But you're coming off a game where they were physically manhandled like a college squad. Do they sew it up a little here? I say 20. I mean, even if they, why does that look way too easy, Daniel, for that number? That looks way too easy. 20 points. Luke is at. That's why we got an 8 spot. Yes. Philly needs another shooter. Tobias Harris is not getting it done, in my opinion. Yeah, the Sixer team, again, one man shows are super. It's nice to see. That's going to come to bite you down the road. I mean, Jordan's lost games, Bird's lost games, LeBron's lost games. You have one super guy, and he needs some help. I mean, I don't know who's available. I don't follow basketball enough to know who's up for trade and what would fit on the team. Miss says the Ravens 5.5 spot against the Niners. Super Bowl preview, perhaps a rematch from a couple years ago. Team money. Plus doesn't win big games until Tatum or Brown learn to close games. I think the Bucks come out of the East. Embiid's got to worry about his knees and feet. Well, he'll rest up down the road. They'll have things. I know they don't win. It's yes. Until they win, you have to win. But as a total package, that team's it looks like it's just a talented, deeper team. Again, I don't have anything bad. I don't have zero futures bet in the NBA team money. You know this. It's hard enough to spend 6 hours before the tip off as opposed to 6 months out of a championship. Vermont coming off a 26 blowout at Toledo, and the line has come down. Miss, the line has come down. We can't forget the Heat. I guess Jimmy turns into Jordan. Yeah, that's his son, right? Jimmy Butler. What's up with that line today? Why is that line on what it is? Dallas 3-4 in a row. I'm not a Maverick fan at all. People like the Mavericks. It's Kyrie. It's Luca. Luca's a little chubster to me. I'm not a big Luca guy. But 8 with Houston, even with the guy being out, I don't know if I want to lay it with Houston. 7-0 for the Mavs at home. Embiid playing out of his mind, but Maxi numbers have been insane. Again, with that against Toronto, Toronto just plays what they play. I don't want to just say it's a auto underplay, but that's where I'd be looking at that game as an under. Because as good as Embiid's been playing, maybe he has a hiccup here. Just got alerted that the Lakers are treating our game with OKC as a must-win. Our game. T-Money's part of the team here. He's like the 26th man off the bench. I'm trying to figure out if Lakers are plus money as to play. OKC's dangerous. Here's the thing. OKC last night, I had them in a spot there. Do they roll out big back-to-back wins like that versus the LA teams? Hold on. Wait a second. They're not playing today. When is this? Is this tomorrow? Dude, don't be bringing this crap in here a day ahead of time, Team Money. Come on, there's enough to talk about. And you know what? No, I don't care. It's OKC again tomorrow. They're off today. They'll beat the Lakers tomorrow. Lakers are a joke. Team Money. I like the Heat against the Hawks. Hawks are okay, but I don't trust them. I don't like the Hawks at all. Cowboys, Miami. I'm going to lean Cowboys here. I had Cowboys last week, even though I said, and if Jesse Truly's still here, I said Cowboys will lose this game 30-10. I just didn't like what I saw out of Buffalo, really, from like the second quarter on. They jumped out to a big lead. It was 14-0, and then they had to hold on for dear life. Probably could have lost that game. Where Dallas, the last time you saw them, cruising to Philly, and they took 3 quarters off. They didn't play a good game. A couple guys were backed up. Was apparently a flu bug going around there. I just like Dallas in this spot. It's one thing losing 30-10 or whatever, that's pretty much the final score. To lose the way they did, it's not like Allen threw for like 245 with a TD and he ran for like 145. Allen threw 15 passes for less than 100 yards, and you had a running back just run over you like he was a senior and you're on a flag football team in 6th grade. It wasn't close. It's Alabama versus Mississippi Valley. It was just ridiculous nonsense. And to be embarrassed like that on a game of the week where you look so soft, I expect them to bounce back, especially on the defensive side of the ball. And Miami, what did you do? You beat a Jets team? You beat the Jets. You were a 13-point favorite. I know I was laying 13 and a half with Miami before the line came all the way down on Tariq Hill news or injured line. I'm not impressed by that win. I know people are like, oh, well, one of these teams isn't real because you can't beat good teams. Dallas loses on the road to San Fran, Philly, and Buffalo. Super Bowl, number 1 Super Bowl team for this year. Super Bowl runner-up last year, and a Bills team who people think are Super Bowl contenders every year. I'm not buying the Dallas is dead narrative here. Now, next week, listen, you want to take the Lions and the over next week against Dallas? Sure. This spot here, though, the way they lose that game in soft fashion by playing the way they did on defense, I'd have to leave Dallas here. Too many. Lakers a joke. Come on. No. Come on, man. Lakers. Remember last year, this guy, Mr. Lakers and Suns. Oh, wait, Denver could win. Lakers and Suns. Yeah, how the Suns looking this year? The Lakers. Lakers are come on, Lakers. We're talking about the Lakers like they're good. Hey, let's get that in-season tournament. Yeah, 16-14, 500 team, but yet they're awesome. Come on, Team Money. You're lucky I don't know how to work the band button here. Lucky I don't know how to work the band. Bill says Saints going for it on fourth down, the second quarter, cost them big time. Did not even watch the game. I went to my mom's, and sometimes we do poker night once a week with the kids. So, and then they tried Budweiser. We had some tall boy Budweiser cans because we were making some kind of, I don't know, my wife used it in some kind of crock pot meal. So my son, he's 17, my daughter's 13, wants to try a Bud. And they're like, this is terrible. So they've had like, they tried a Michelob Ultra and the Buds. They're like, this is crap. I love it. Anyway. That's why I didn't watch the game. We were playing cards. My daughter ended up winning. I have all my all casino chips, all the $1 chips from all casinos. Bills future win division. Looking good, Daniel. I thought about grabbing a Bills Super Bowl. As much as I like Baltimore to come out of that division or conference, the way Buffalo's playing now, probably should have beat the Eagles. Held on to beat Kansas City. You beat the Cowboys. You got Chargers here to take care of business. You got Patriots next week. You should win. Close out versus Miami. In a game, if you're playing that well, it's tough to go against you. In a game, you might be a dog in. And then here come the playoffs. Is that a team you really want to fade in the playoffs? The way the season is? T.Y. says, you just are not a believer. The Lakers never. I'm not a believer in the Lakers. I don't think they're a good team. Shout out says, a Saints fan just embarrassed they went for a fourth down 3 times and none of them were smart plays. It's the Saints. They're going to go for it because they need wins. They're on the road. I'm going to pull up the where are the standings? All right. So they are 7-8. Atlanta's 6-8. Tampa 7-7. So you're sitting at 7-7. You need wins if you want to try to win this division. Tampa Bay has a winnable game this week against Jacksonville, a backup quarterback. They close out versus Carolina. I mean, you got to get some W's in here. They were 4-5 in conference play, where Tampa Bay was 6-4. So I know we look at it as a one kind of spot. He might be thinking, not that. I don't say he's thinking down the road 2 games, but he's got to be thinking we need wins. We got to go for it. I mean, I'm not gonna. Even if you bet the Saints last night, or you got to think you need a win. I mean, Atlanta line moved. You need wins. You don't need covers. I know everybody wants a cover, and if the game doesn't cover, the game's fixed. These guys need to win games. They don't need to cover. Covering don't make them make the playoffs or keeps their job security. They need wins. Top scorer out for Sienna, the line drops to 10. I don't. I mean, I got Brown minus 12.5 last night, Miz. I've been. Part of me is kicking myself in my college basketball because I got 30 losses that are just tough, close, half point. Out of those 30, the last 8 have been by half a point. And now this is another one. I mean, I got a 12.5 goes on 10. Nothing is. It's grinding for me. I mean, I know you can come and shows people like how great they are, but I told you my record. I mean, how many people come in and tell you there are 8 games under 500 in college basketball? I will. Shout out says Tampa loses. We have a chance. We play Tampa and the Falcons last 2 games. Like I said, I don't bet with my heart. That's why I took the Rams. I had the Rams yesterday just because I'm not sold on the Saints offense on the road. Who'd you really beat? Rams are playing as good as anybody right now, putting up points. The Ravens game really was like, wow, I got to really rethink of what I think about Stats Patford. Because Stats Patford to me is a guy who's you're down, you come in, you put up points. That's a game you nearly won outdoors in weather. And I thought this game was going to be bad this year. I didn't think that guy was going to be playing. Honestly, I thought he was like, start the year hurt, like talk about his elbow or whatever, shoulder, something wrong with him. Look right now, no line on a Brown game. Something's up. All right. Saints had a lot of injuries on defense. Yep. Listen, I like the under there too. It didn't come in. Rams run game, like I said. Yeah, Williams is tough. And that kid, Puka Nuka, I can't even pronounce his name. I did a Cooper Cup under. What is my, I took a Cooper again. A future was for $100. And I do a lot of futures. Most things like this are, especially when it's not uh, like a baseball future, we're getting big returns on things. Cup under 1,250 yards. It was 100, 115 to win 100. It was just any, you know me, I like the, baseball come just like, oh, we're taking 8 to 1s, 20 to 1s, 15 to 1s, 35 to 1s. But this was, I was like, yeah, even money, I don't really go crazy. My comeback part of the year on Sam Denaro did not work out. That's a loser. That's $50 loser there. And I thought Purdy was going to be hurt. Thought Purdy would be hurt. I got a Bama 7-1 ticket alive, so there's that. Bill says, "Do you like Tampa Bay this week as a short fave?" I like Tampa. Yeah, I like Tampa. I got Tampa +3. I like Tampa. Bill, look at line show. I told you to take Tampa Bay. Baker is who he is. People don't like him. But that's fine. You got Mike Evans there. You got the running back who's solid. You got a decent defense. The win total's already hit for us over 6.5. We got 10-1 to win the South. I'm on Tampa. Stud kid from Notre Dame. What about him? My buddy took Puka anytime touchdown last night, but I didn't pull the trigger. I like Rams got tons of. They have talent. It's just it's young. It's kind of top heavy. Obviously, we know there's salary cap problems, but you gotta love the parity, bro. It's crazy. I mean, when you have a entire division like the NFC South, and then I don't put the North into that because Detroit has 10 wins, but the Bears, Green Bay, Vikings are all 7-7. I mean, you don't put Chicago in there. Chicago wins today; they're 6-10. Green Bay, not that they'll lose; they're playing Carolina, but a lot of just mediocrity. And the Rams have a good quarterback. Let's go. The coach is a Super Bowl coach. You got decent receivers. You got a big leader on defense there. I think the defense will come back to bite them in the butt eventually, but yeah, Williams for them is good. Team money, they're always hurt. Yeah, the Rams. We're talking about the Rams or your crappy Lakers. What are we talking about? Always hurt. So Brown in college hoops, Montana State +6, Marist 5.5, mid Tenny as a doggy. So we got 3 doggies in college basketball. The Brown line has come down. I got a 12.5 run. And college football, nothing tonight. I do have a premium up. Go get it if you want to. If you can, you can get it. Another winner last night for me in the bowl games. Troy tomorrow, 7.5. Air Force over 41. Northwestern, a new ad today, 6.5. Bills tomorrow over 44. But also, again, they're scrolling underneath because I couldn't fit them. I probably, I'll let's bust out the NBA and NHL and NBA here. Get rid of that. And then I'll put up these other games that I have for NFL all in one for those out there. For those who are, again, I don't know what you're watching on. Maybe you can't see this tiny little scroll. All right, they're all not going to fit. So let's try to make these fit. Get rid of the little dashes. Dashing through the snows. Vikings, we'll just put New England and E. Oh, it doesn't fit either. All right, what else we got to get rid of here to make this fit? And E over. Oh, we'll try to. New England over 34.5. Someone's going to say it's a loser because you're going to think I'm saying to take New England over 345 points, but whatever. I couldn't find a little dot. I guess I don't know. I ran out of dashes to get rid of. I guess I could have got rid of that and went in front of the NFL. But all right, back to the chat. Lakers both, but the Rams. Yes, the Rams are. Um, Luck with the football, bro. Guys get hurt. That team I was expecting much out of. Big overachieving year. What's there to say? What's there to say? All right, the plays are all posted. They're on Twitter, the X. If you're listening on podcast form, Spotify, Pandora, Amazon, iHeartRadio, wherever. Look up Midday Money. Give it a follow. Why doesn't let it play all night? Put it on mute. Come on, got to get those numbers up, as they say. As my guy Matt Buchanan said, those are rookie numbers. Got to pump those up. All right, Saturday, Midday Money. Christmas Eve, yeah, there'll be Midday Money. Christmas Eve, yeah, there'll be a look headlines. Christmas Day, yeah, there'll be a Midday Money. I'll be around this weekend. I'm sure I'll have a lot of people. I'll probably throw it on all the channels too this weekend too. I'll probably throw it on Max Wagers and what else? American Gambler, whatever. We'll put them out on everywhere. Maybe I might even jump into like the Detroit Lenny page. I'll throw it out on Earl's channel. It'll be a crazy show. Who knows? Anyway, I'm out of here. Happy Friday, and good luck in your picks. Bowl action tomorrow. Really start kicking off now. We got a game tonight. 7 games tomorrow. Good luck in your plays. Thanks for popping in. Hit the like button. Oh, I can't go yet because I have to go to the what's it page, and I have to check out um the poll we ran. Not we. It's really just me. I don't know why I said we. No one else is here with me. But the poll was vote. Did you like it? And the vote says 92% of people liked, and people said, "Geez, I'll do it now." 8%. It's done. Awesome. All right. Great. Can't beat it. We got our likes. We got our views. We are out of here. Ending the show.